Hello, my friend, and welcome. I'm Dr. Melissa Grill-Peterson, your host for the webinar. And before we get started, I've got a question for you. Have you, on any level, been struggling with this chronic joint tenderness, aches, and pains throughout your body? Have you been suffering from fatigue, brain fog? Do you feel like even though you've been searching and you're trying to find an answer and you're going to the doctor and you're taking medications, you're taking Cymbalta or Lyrica or Tylenol and you're trying to get to bed early, that for the things that you seem to do, you just can't seem to get out ahead of this pain cycle. It seems to be gaining speed and momentum over you, and you're really wondering if there's any way to break free. Well, if you can relate with that, if you're struggling on any level, then you are in the right place, because I'm going to help you during this webinar understand how you really and truly can break free so you can live a life free from this pain and that you can really reclaim your health and your life. So listen, this webinar is for you. Like I said, if you've already been diagnosed with fibromyalgia or you know you've got an autoimmune condition, this webinar is from you. If you have been suffering with those body aches and pains, that tenderness for a chronic period of time, this webinar is for you. If you can't get relief, it doesn't seem what you've tried, from modalities and massage and chiropractic, maybe some supplements, maybe some medications. You've tried it and you just feel like you're hopeless. You don't know what to do and you're just going to have to live with it. Well, this webinar is for you. If you have been going down this road and you just don't feel like yourself anymore, this webinar is for you. If you've struggled and you're just pretty much done with it, you're like, there's gotta be a way. You've struggled with the pain and the fatigue. You've struggled with the brain fog. You're having headaches. You can't sleep. It's impacting your relationships, your finances, your career. You're tired of it. It's causing you to live in this gray space, this less than optimal place within your life. Then this webinar is for you. And finally, if you're really looking for answers, you want support, you want to know how to get out ahead of this, how to break free, how to regain your health and your life, then you're in the right place. And I want you to keep watching. I want you to keep watching all the way through, because I'm going to share a lot of great information. And in fact, I've got a special gift for you at the end of this webinar, so make sure you stay tuned. But as we go through it, I want you to watch, because you're going to be able to discover how to increase your energy and your health without a ton of time or money to do so. You're going to find out why your medication is not working to get rid of your symptoms and how you can get the relief you deserve. I want you to keep watching so that you can really understand what's making your symptoms worse and what you can do in 3 simple steps starting today, as soon as you're done with this webinar, to reclaim your health and your life. And I want you to keep watching so that you can really walk away from this experience today understanding what's available to you to create a clear roadmap back to health without struggle for immediate results. Now, while you're on this webinar, you're going to discover how men and women just like you are breaking free from the pain and the fatigue and reclaiming their life. And I'm going to tell you, it's a lot easier than you think. So before we go too much further, let me take a moment and just tell you a little bit about us. So I am Dr. Melissa. I'm one of the integrative wellness specialists at Optimum Health. We've got over 8 locations around the Atlanta metro area. And, we are a team of traditional, natural, allopathic clinicians all working together. And the thing about what we do at Optimum Health is we're not there just to kiss a boo-boo or treat a symptom or manage a disease. We are there to treat you, the person, to dig deeper and to get to the root cause so we can truly help you. We can truly help you blend the best of conventional medicine and alternative therapies in one whole comprehensive way so that you can get optimum results. Now, let me tell you a little bit about Rosie, because she was one of our patients, and she came to us because she set out on a journey. And you see Rosie here smiling, and she's bright and she's vibrant, but I'm going to tell you, she was not always smiling, nor was she bright and upright and vibrant. In fact, I remember the day that Rosie came in, and she was beaten down. She was in so much pain. And in fact, her central nervous system was so imbalanced, she literally could not stand upright, and she was walking into the walls, literally. And she said to me, she's like, Dr. Melissa, I keep walking into walls and it is scaring me to death. She goes, that's even worse than the pain. She goes, the pain is so bad. It's so constant. I cannot hardly drag myself out of bed. She goes, and the worst part about it, I'm only 62 years old. This is supposed to be the prime retirement phase of my life, and I'm taking care of my mom who's suffering from dementia, and my brain fog's so bad, it's worse than hers on certain days. And she came to me and she said, Dr. Melissa, I'm scared I'm not going to be around to take care of my aging mother, and I need help. And she shared with me her story that she'd gone to many doctors, and the answer they kept giving her was there was no answer. They'd give her another medication. It's not that they didn't care about her, they did. It was just all that they had to give her. They didn't know what to do and how to help her be on another pill or to suggest a surgery. She was growing hopeless. She was scared to death. And that's when she said, she goes, I prayed and you popped up on the internet. And she goes, that's how I found you. She goes, I was praying for God to send me an answer. I don't know how I found you, but there you were. And so I'm here because I'm on a journey. I'm on a quest because there's got to be a way. There's got to be a way I can get well. Well, you're seeing Rosie here at the end of her journey with us at her graduation day, and she's very well. She had lost over 20 pounds. Her immune system completely rebalanced, and we were able to put her fibro into remission. Her pain was gone. Her energy was back. She was back to gardening, caring for her mother, taking her mother on trips, and smiling and loving her life. And this is possible. You do not have to suffer. I'm going to share with you on this webinar today really some of the very same strategies we used with Rosie, because they're common in so many autoimmune conditions, that will begin to immediately help you to align with breaking free from the pain and reclaiming your energy and your health. So here's what I need you to know though. The question is why, right? Like, how'd you get to where you're at? And what's really going on? Because Rosie came to us a mess, and maybe you can relate with some of the things that she was going through. Are you feeling scared? Are you feeling hopeless? Are you thinking that I don't know what the answer is? I don't know where to go. I've tried everything. You're hearing and listening to other people, but yet within yourself, you're feeling stuck. Well, if you can relate with any of that, I'm going to tell you again, you are going to get clarity as you continue to move throughout this webinar today. But here's what's really going on. Our current system is set up to treat disease, and it's here to treat it, not correct it, because we're just looking at the tip of the iceberg, and we're not taking the time. We're not spending what we need to spend to look at, to assess with a patient, spending the time with a patient, with you, to really understand what's causing this. So we're treating this, but we're not addressing the root cause of what's really causing it, okay? So in essence, my dear, you can take a medication all day and it's never gonna fix it. It's not designed to. You are set up to fail. So this whole thing that you've been dealing with, and all the frustration and the despair and the worry and the wonder that you are living with and feeling, it's not your fault. It's not your fault. You are in a system. And if you stay in this current system, you're going to continue to be set up to fail. Because here's the thing I need you to realize, is that when it comes to fibromyalgia and autoimmune conditions as a whole, there's a variety of triggers. There's a variety of elements that all come into play to say, how did you get there? How did you get to that autoimmune response where your immune system is completely overreactive and it's literally attacking self? So in case you're not sure, and you're thinking right now, you're kind of self-diagnosing and wondering if you've got fibro or an autoimmune condition, let me just help to explain that, again, an autoimmune condition is when the body mistakes self as non-self. And so it begins to look at different areas and tissues and organs depending on the type of autoimmune you have. With fibromyalgia, it's that connective tissue, right? So it's mistaking the tissue of the body as an enemy. And the immune system literally attacks it. It's got the message to destroy. Now we have to look and say, well, what's made the immune system so out of whack that the signaling has gotten so imbalanced that self is attacking self? And here are some of the things that put that into play. Now, I'm going to tell you, I could literally spend an hour on this slide alone, and I won't do that right now. I want to help to give you as much of an overview as possible when you come in, and if we're able to be in agreement that we can really help you and move you forward into a plan with us, we'll help to assess all these key areas and understand what's the biggest contributing factors to your autoimmune condition. But stress, that's physical, mental, emotional, chemical and environmental. It's the way we're sitting, breathing, moving, the things we're eating, the things we're drinking, the things we're thinking. So if we're putting ourselves into a negative environment day in and day out, it takes a toll on our body. It elicits that fight or flight stress response, which puts this huge hormonal and chemical response into play that is highly inflammatory. It releases tons of cortisol into our system. And it literally is catabolic. It breaks the body down the longer we're in that fight or flight. We are loaded down with crappy food today and things like gluten. So that's wheat, rye, oat, barley, spelt. It's GMOs, genetically modified organisms. And the most commonly genetically modified foods are corn and wheat and soy. And guess what? Our government subsidizes all of them, meaning they make it really cheap and easy for all the big food companies to put it into their food. So our food supply is loaded down with this stuff, with this fake food that's literally destroying our bodies because our body doesn't know what the heck it is. It doesn't know what all those chemicals are. And these proteins are incredibly hard for the body to break down and digest because of the way we process the food. We remove a lot of the natural mechanisms. So we're left over with this stuff that clogs our body. Literally, it clogs the villi in our stomach. And I'm jumping ahead a little bit. And it creates this situation called leaky gut. So it wears down the lining of the gastrointestinal system. It makes it weak. It makes it leaky. This is supposed to be a protective environment. Things that are not supposed to get out start to get out. The environment becomes very unhealthy. It becomes very infected. And now we have an imbalance of our bugs or our microbiome. And our bugs, there's in a good situation, in a healthy microbiome, there's 10 bugs to every one of us, one of our cells to 10 bugs. So when we have leaky gut, when we're eating crappy foods, when we're highly stressed, when we're taking lots of medications, when our blood sugar is out of balance, we're eating too much processed sugar, high fructose corn syrup, dextrose, or we're not eating regular meals, we are creating massive inflammation. It keeps breaking down, breaking down, breaking down, breaking down. And then you add on the way we're working and living every day. We're sitting at computers, our heads bent forward, we're texting, we're always in this structurally incorrect posture. And it creates massive imbalance and massive what's called cumulative injury cycle or trauma to our tissue, which is going to create that pain response. The way we're living, the way we're eating, breathing, thinking is causing massive hormonal and neurotransmitter imbalance. We're exposed to toxins in our pesticides, in our air pollution. We've got mercury fillings. There's massive mold problems. And so many of us are anemic. We're not eating the right types of food. We're not absorbing those nutrients. We're iron deficient. We're tired. We're stressed. Our bodies are breaking down at a rapid rate. So as a result of all of this, the real challenge is that this is not all being looked at. Not by your doc. You're going to get bebopped around from doctor to doctor to doctor. No one place in our current model, in our current traditional allopathic model, is able to address you, the whole you, your external environment and how it's creating an internal environment. And as a result, what's really going on is that we're left with a health care crisis. You're feeling it personally. That's why you're watching this webinar, because you're looking for answers. You're not finding them in the traditional way. And so I'm not going to just talk about it. I want to share some of today's top leaders and visionaries on this issue so you can really hear what's truly going on.
The American healthcare system is badly broken.
The present system doesn't work, and it's going to take us down. We need a whole new kind of medicine.
We're in the grip of a very big industry, and it doesn't want to stop making money.
If I spent 5 minutes with you and then put in one of these stents, I'd probably get paid $1,500. For me to spend 45 minutes with a patient to try to figure out what their true problem is, I'd probably get paid $15. It's a completely irrational system.
We don't have a healthcare system in this country. We have a disease management system.
We're spending almost twice as much in America as any other country on earth, but our lifespan isn't even in the top 20.
30,000 Medicare recipients die each year from care they didn't need. That's the equivalent of a jumbo jet crashing every single week. If the aviation industry killed as many people, we'd be up in arms.
The administration pays you based on how many patients you see. All right, who's next? If you try and buck the system, someone says, what can we do to get your productivity up? I'm not interested in getting my productivity up. I'm interested in helping patients.
We're seeing the military just being a microcosm of the problems society's having.
Soldiers' use of prescription drugs has tripled in the past 5 years.
The medications I was on.
Only by accepting that the American healthcare system is badly broken will we be able to seek out the escape fires, the potential solutions. There are answers.
One company has figured out how to lower healthcare costs by more than 40%.
We provide incentives for people to engage in healthier behaviors.
The Army Surgeon General directed that we establish the Pain Management Task Force to take a look at alternatives to narcotics.
I was skeptical, so skeptical.
I've gotten a lot of inspiration, a different perspective. There's a different way of doing things that is possible.
If I think about what healthcare could be like, it would have a lot more care in it.
The healthcare system is unsustainable. We're really mortgaging the future. Not just the health of healthcare, but the health of the nation.
And that's what's happening right now. But just as we heard, there are escape fires, there are solutions. And what's unfortunately where this has left us, you, the person that's struggling, that's sick, that's in pain, myself, the doctor in this environment, is that we have to become advocates. We have to become advocates for a better way. And there is a solution, but I'm going to tell you, the way the system is stacked, again, it's stacked against us. The odds are not in your favor. You are set up to fail, and it's not your fault. Because it's not about what's in your best interest. It's all about what's in the best interest of the profits. So follow the money trail and you'll see where it takes you. We've got big pharmaceutical companies that, again, it's a great profit business to keep you sick. In fact, it was reported in 2012 by Forbes magazine that the top 11 CEOs of the top 11 pharmaceutical companies, the CEOs, 11 people, grossed $1.57 billion. That's what they took home. That was their paychecks, 11 people. In a year. The CEOs of these pharmaceuticals, it's big business. Globally, they don't want you to get well. Why would they? Okay? And then we look at big government subsidizing big food so that everybody's kind of in it together, because you know what? If we keep people sick, we keep them buying the bad food, it's going to keep them sick, they're going to need more medications. It keeps the economy going. Think about it. If we were to eradicate disease today, our economy would crash. But there's got to be a meeting in the middle, right? Because you're the one left holding the bag. You're the one whose life is being literally broken down to a shell of what it used to be. We're the puppets. We're the pawn in the whole thing as they're pulling the strings. So what are we going to do about it? Right now, you might believe that, crap, this is a big machine and there's no escaping this. I have to just accept it. It just is what it is. I'm just going to have to live on the meds. I'm going to have to accept that it's a part of aging and that I just can't get out of this. But I'm going to tell you that's a lie. Don't believe it. You don't have to believe the hype. And yes, it might seem like things are insurmountable, but I'm going to tell you, the reason you've not been getting better, the reason you've been feeling stuck, the reason that you're in pain is that you are in a model that is designed to have you fail. It's because the real reason is nobody's looking at the root cause of your problem. Nobody is. They're not addressing it and caring for it. So you continue to stay on the merry-go-round of insanity, going around and around, same thing day in, day out, but hoping and expecting a different result. You will not get the result if you stay in that current model that you're in. But there really are solutions, and it's not in a pill bottle. Okay? This is easy, but is easy giving you your life? Is easy giving you quality, energy, vitality, health, freedom, flexibility, movement. Is it? Because that's not where the answer lies. We've been going down that road, and if it worked, we wouldn't be literally on the fast track to bankrupting our country due to healthcare costs. But there is a solution. So again, doing it the way we've been doing it, we have to at some point say, okay, I get it, it's not working, but there is a solution and we can help you. Just like I helped Rosie, the team did, we've helped so many other patients in a exact same kind of place that you're in right now. There is hope, and just stick with me. I'm going to start to reveal some of the steps that you can take, that you can begin right now to shift the course of your life, to step off that merry-go-round of insanity, to take a different action, to become your own advocate so that you can break free and thrive. So, how do we begin? Where do you begin? I'm going to keep it easy, okay? So I talked to you and I showed you that kind of the around the world, the color wheel with all the different potential things that can be contributing to autoimmune that have been up until now unaddressed for you, but we do address at Optimum Health. One of the first things that you saw on that list was gluten and food sensitivities. So if you want to immediately bring down your pain and increase your energy and help yourself to heal, avoid the most common autoimmune trigger, which is gluten. Again, that's anything made with wheat. And I just don't mean whole grain. I mean anything that's made from a wheat flour. That's white bread, brown bread, multigrain bread, anything. You're going to have to check your labels and read, but when you become a patient, if we're in agreement that we can help you and you're in the right place, a really cool thing that we offer is a Going Gluten-Free class. It's an incredible experience. We make it as easy as possible so you can feel so empowered, so it takes all the guesswork out. We want to fast track you so you can really, really succeed. But step one, on your own, begin to look at those labels and reduce and remove gluten-based products from your diet. Step two, enjoy taking some time to rest, please. What I see over and over and over again and hear from my FIBRO patients and my autoimmune patients is they are really stretching themselves way too thin. They have been, kind of pushing it as far as they can for way too long and been living on caffeine and way too little sleep. And here's the thing, all that pain that you're feeling, that's your body's way of trying to get your attention and trying to talk to you. And chances are that you've not been giving yourself enough rest and recovery. So please, if there's one thing you do, give yourself a break. Don't feel like you have to keep going, because you've been going and you're only taking yourself deeper down into that rabbit hole of pain, of fatigue, and of disease. So enjoy taking time to rest and to recover. Step three. Now here's a great one. This is actually my puppy dog, Daisy. She makes me smile, but step three is about lowering your mental stress. And scientific studies do show that a genuine smile does immediately help to lower stress. So hopefully she's lowering your stress right now. Maybe you've got animals or just some things around you that help to bring an immediate smile to your face. But just in case you are not in a mood to smile and you just don't know how to break out of this mental stress cycle, I've got even one better for you. It's called the power pose. Now you may know this, it's a very classic Superman Wonder Woman pose, and it's a great thing to do, especially if you don't feel like smiling. If you've got a stressful situation you got to go into, take just 2 minutes and hold this pose. Now the research at Harvard shows us it lowers that hormone, that fight or flight stress response cortisol hormone. That's one of the most pro-inflammatory and catabolic, meaning it's breaking things down, causing that leaky gut, depleting your immune system, hormones in your body, okay? So when you hold this pose for as short as 2 minutes, you reduce that hormone by over 35% while naturally increasing testosterone. So testosterone is the hormone that gives us clarity. It helps us to have a clear brain versus a foggy brain. Okay? So those are 3 steps you can take. And I'm going to tell you, you just, go out right now and begin with those, because if you're ready to reclaim your health, you can do it. And as you need the help, we can help you. Because depending on how long you've been suffering, it can get pretty complex. Just like I showed you There's a lot of things that can be triggering it, and so we've got to help you figure it out, just like we've helped Dorette. And I want to take a minute, please. This is 2 minutes long, but it's worth every moment. Take a listen to what she has to say. It's such an incredible story.
Oh, I was in so much pain. I was so sick every day. I wasn't sleeping. Everything was just, life was just hard to bear. I couldn't walk for more than a few steps. I'd have to stop because of the pain. Life was just painful.
So after about 5-6 weeks, where are you at today? What are you noticing now in your body?
Well, I was pleasantly surprised to realize when I was doing my spring cleaning recently that I was lifting things I couldn't think of lifting a couple of weeks before. And I was without pain. I was actually moving around and doing things without pain. And that was such a pleasant shock. Yes, I was getting like maybe 2 to 4 hours sleep per night. Now I'm sleeping 8 or 9 or even more hours. My energy level is up. My mood is so much better. Even my blues have lifted. I feel so much more alive in just such a short time. It really is amazing. I'm enjoying life so much better now. And my headaches, I used to have headaches every single day. I'd wake up with headaches and I'd have them throughout the day. I haven't had a headache in, I don't know, maybe a couple of weeks now. I haven't had a headache. I wasn't even thinking about that. I'd say go for it because it makes such a difference when you can feel alive and feel like a real person again. It makes a big difference between that and dragging yourself through pain every day. And it's not hard to do. It's not hard at all. As a matter of fact, I'm losing weight eating more now than I had before. I'm kind of having fun doing it.
Well, we're having fun supporting you on the journey. So thank you so much, Miss Dorette. What an honor. We appreciate you.
Thank you so much for making me feel alive again.
And that's why I do what I do. That's why our entire team does what we do every day, because we want you to feel alive again. It's our mission. It's our drive. We're in this together. I don't want you to be stuck, sick and tired of being sick and tired and feeling like there's no answers, because there are. There's hope, and we can help you. We can help you get the clarity and get the direction that you deserve. So the really neat thing that I can say wholeheartedly with the team at Optimum Health is we focus on you, not merely your symptoms. We want to make sure that you get the answers and that we can help you to reclaim your health. We dig deep, okay? Again, remember, it's hard to say if you've got 1 or 8 of these things and what's really spiking them, what's worse than the others. We're going to go through, we're going to understand, we're going to find what's out of balance so that we can rebalance not only your immune system, but your health, your well-being, so that you can enhance your quality of life. We are going to get the answers. We're going to support you with a plan so you really can reclaim your health. You can enjoy your life to the fullest. I'm telling you, my dear, you don't have to just suffer and struggle and muddle through anymore. No. If there's one thing you take away from this webinar today, it's that is a lie. It is no longer and does not have to be your truth. There are answers, there is support, and we can help you. All you have to do is say yes, because it is possible. You listen to Dorette's story and Rosie's, and there's so many countless others out there. All you have to do is say yes. So I want you to think about it, because this isn't the right fit for everybody, and there's no pressure. I sit here and I take this time because I care about you, and I've watched so many lives be personally transformed right in front of my own eyes. And only you know Only you know what it's really worth to you. Only you know where you're at on this journey. Maybe you're just starting to feel a little off and you're doing some initial recon and information gathering, or maybe you've really been searching. Maybe this came up after you prayed and we showed up on the internet for you and you found this webinar the same way as countless others have, because you're really at a point that you're ready to change your health and to take back your life. So what would that be worth to you? What would it be like to actually have your health back? What's it like to have the support that you need and a team that's really looking at you and the root causes so we can get you answers? We don't want to just treat your symptoms. What would that be like to have somebody that treats you, listens to you, cares for you, the human being, not the fibromyalgia person? What would it be worth to get the answers and a plan to correct your health challenges? Now, I want you to think for a moment about what it's costing you. I want you to think for a moment, if you choose to do nothing, and there's no pressure in that. So if you choose to do nothing, what's the result of that for you? What is that like if you just treat your symptoms and you take no different action? You stay on that merry-go-round of insanity. Think about it a year from now, 5 years from now. What are you going to be feeling like? What's your life going to be like? What's your relationships going to be like? What is that going to cost you? What's it going to cost you if you do nothing? So you do have a choice, because now, again, think, if you do something, if you allow yourself to be supported fully, and you have that learning curve, you don't have to keep muddling through, but you've got a team there to give you clarity and direction and support and guidance, and you know that you hold that choice. What would that be like if it was easier, an easier path, a clearer path, okay, with direction? What would that be like if you took that road? How would things look a year from now, 5 years from now? How would you feel? What would your relationships and your career and your life be like then? So sometimes it's hard, right? Sometimes it's hard to just know and make that decision. And again, there's no pressure here. I'm just giving you things to think about, and I want you to really fully consider for yourself, because only you know what's going to be the right path. Because even if you do say yes and you decide to come in and we move forward and we are able to help you with care, I can't do it for you. My nurses can't do it for you. My other doctors can't do it for you. The treatment can't do it for you. We've got to work together. You've got to show up. You've got to participate. You've got to want it, and you've got to allow it for yourself. So only you can say yes, but sometimes it's hard to say yes for ourselves, right? Maybe it's that to you feels like you're being selfish, or, there's just guilt with that. So stop being selfish for a moment and think about who really counts on you. Who depends on you? For Rosie, it was her mother, and that was her big motivation. She couldn't do it for herself. Her health had already been quickly declining. But when she realized, I'm not going to make it, my mom's going to outlive me, that became her impetus. So who is it for you? Is it a spouse? Is it a parent? Is it a child? Is it an animal? Why does it matter? If you're going to really get off that merry-go-round, because I know you don't like it, but like it or not, it's become comfortable, right? So it's something that you understand and it's kind of become your norm. And so to make the choice to go down a different path, to step off of what's been uncomfortably comfortable, to find a new way, well, that takes a little courage. That takes a little trust. And so you've got to understand why. Because if your health doesn't matter enough to you, you're not going to walk down that path, even if we're right there holding your hand and giving you the answers. Your health, your well-being has to matter enough. So what is it that's really your why? What's really driving you to get your energy back, to have that freedom, to have that flexibility, to have your life back? What is it? Because you've got to find your why. And then I want you to know that we understand you. And we're going to help to support your why. We're going to help to work as a team so that you can move forward and actually achieve the results that you want, so that you can reclaim your health and your life. You deserve it. You don't have to keep staying stuck any longer, because your health matters to us. And that's why we do take a different approach than most with your health. We treat more than just your symptoms. We're going to treat you, the whole person. We listen fully. We hear you. We don't discount you. We engage you in the process, and we understand. We're going to help you to get the answers, and we're going to create a plan to help you get well, because you don't have to suffer any longer. So How do you do it? Well, this is the present I promised you. I told you if you listened through that you were going to get a special gift. That's a free consultation. That's a free consultation. I want you to take action right now. If you know that you're ready to be supported, if you know you're the person that does well with some direction and guidance, but given just enough support that you're going to be accountable, because I can give you information all day long. I can give you direction all day long, but it's really about the accountability of knowing you've got a team there that's going to look for you, that you've got to show up for, that's going to care about you and ensure that you're getting the results. Okay? If you just want a pill to fix it, if you don't want to have to show up and participate in your health, then don't schedule because it's not the right fit for you. And that's no judgment. I just want to make sure that your time is valued and our time is valued and that you're in the right place. Okay? So if you're ready and you want that support, you want that guidance, you want that clarity, you want to take action and you want to change your life, then schedule your consult now. It's totally free because why? Well, because I love changing lives. My team loves helping people to reclaim their health. And if I make it hard for you, then I might not get to help you. So I want to make it as easy as possible for you to say yes now. Simply sign up right here on the website. There's a form. You just put in your name, your phone number, and your information. You answer a few questions for us so that we can schedule that consult. And one of our team members will be back in touch with you, depending on when you do it. It could be within a few minutes, or it could be within a 24 to 48 hour period. But we will contact you. But hey, if that's, you want to get on the phone right now, you can go to OptimumHealthRehab.com. Our number's there, or let me give it to you right here. You can call us at 1-877-704-1761 and just pick the office that's closest to you. And then when you call and you talk to our front desk team members, let them know, hey, I just watched your fibromyalgia webinar and I want to take you up on that free consultation. I'm ready to move forward now. So if you're ready, we're here. We cannot wait. I'm Dr. Melissa. You've invested already in your time. You've got 3 immediate steps of where you can take control, and you've got that big step right now to call or to sign up for your free consultation so we can get you in and we can truly get to the root cause of your fibromyalgia, of your pain and your fatigue, so we can give you back your energy. We can give you back your health. We can give you back your life. If you're ready to say yes, sign up for that free consult now. I'm Dr. Melissa. It was such an honor and a pleasure. I look forward to seeing you in the office soon. Be well.